Good morning and welcome to the GGHOP, the Guaranteed Genuine Honest to Goodness 1 Hour podcast. I am your host, Bill Gant, and we're going to get started this week. It is Weed Week. That's right, a full week of weed-related stories and the weed-related lifestyle, all culminating on the big holy day on Saturday. So with that in mind, we've changed the bump stock cannon to, well, something a little bit different, the joke bong. Okay, rapid fire. So we'll take a few hits off of that.
Should have been like the GGHOP secret stash.
Oh, that would be a good idea. But I can't see it out here. I'm flying blind a bit. I don't have it up on my monitor. It's all right. It's Weed Week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You just go with
big
it,
deal,
man.
man. It's no big deal, man. It's not a problem.
Sure.
Oh.
Hey, there we are. See him down in the corner there. The GGHOP joke bong. Here we go. First one. Oh, no, just a little off there. How about this one? Hey, there we go. This one. Oh my! Ready for this story? Seniors are embracing marijuana. Seniors, as in older people, not in high school, are embracing marijuana. It offers relief and risk. No shit, right? Okay.
Forgot my pants.
Yeah. Stanford Barbecue, that's Stanford, Connecticut. Barbecue restaurant could be converted into a cannabis dispensary. However, the owners want to let people know they will be still serving food. Nothing slow roasted, but everything will be baked or fried. Okay, the makers of, exciting game, Weedopoly, invite you on an exciting trip and adventure through a marijuana farm to become the head weedopolist for only $24.99. I don't know about you folks, but it seems like a lot to pay for a rolling tray. Just saying. This next one, just to let you into a little bit of what I do for the show here, trying to write a joke. So what I've done here for you is, see, yesterday I was making some of this stuff up, and in my head, the phrase "weed saved my life" went through my head. And when it did go through my head and I start to Google it, what popped into my head is I'm going to make a joke about Willie Nelson. And I was going to tie whatever story, whatever person said weed saved their life, and it was going to come back. And then you could see when I did Google yesterday, the joke's already been written because he said it himself. It's right there at the bottom. So that's the joke there. That just makes it easy when they write themselves, man. The fucker beat me to it. And finally, from the Missouri Independent, why some people believe marijuana, the word marijuana, is a racist word. This article looks into the reason some people think the term marijuana is racist, and it points out that there's no really historic context to that. There's no truth to it. The author and others decided that there was only one logical answer to people who thought that the word marijuana was racist. They're just way fucking stoned. Stick around. Do. Up on the internet, what do you see? Clickbait, politics, dressed as comedy. Who's outraged? Who's doubling down? The GGHOP is here to turn it all around with an ancient idea called having fun. Sounds a little scary, stick around, don't run. In the next 60 minutes, begging you to try. Open up your echo chamber and ditch your tribe. There's just one mission by which we're led, to put a big fat smile upon your head. The song is almost done, time to stop the show. But there might be something left that you'd like to know. What's GGHOP mean? It's your right to ask. The guaranteed, genuine, honest to goodness 1 hour podcast. Good morning and welcome back to the GGHOP, the Guaranteed Genuine Honest to Goodness 1 hour podcast. I'm joined over here by James Swinford.
Word up.
And the beautiful Karen Haynes.
Hello.
Hello. We're sponsored by Wilson Farm Market in Arcadia. Fry pies, chicken, the whole deal. Plus, Frankfurt Beer Works.
Frankfurt
And
Beer
we're
Works.
broadcasting live from the tap room in Frankfurt Beer Works at the Christian Ridge Historic District. Glad to be here. How you guys doing?
It's a beautiful morning.
It's a beautiful
Good.
morning.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Did you have a good weekend?
Yes, wedding cake went fabulous.
Excellent. You did the baking?
Yes.
Yes. Did you stay and dance a little bit?
Yes.
You said our good friend from the show, Jay Large, was there
Yeah, he was
providing
awesome.
the sounds.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Okay. Everybody, excuse me. So it all went smooth.
Yeah, it
Husband and
did.
wife are happy.
Yes.
Someone caught the bouquet.
Yes. You should have. She wore black cowboy boots, so when they did the garter toss,
Yeah.
it was pretty cool to see her in the wedding dress. These black cowboy boots. They were pretty cool.
Nice. So did someone catch the garter too?
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Were
sure.
you going to say something about the, well,
No.
did something happen?
No, I just wouldn't admit to catching the garter. That's all.
Well, you shouldn't be standing out there catching the garter, right? You weren't standing there, were you?
I don't know. Maybe
wanna be
I
the next-
ran across, grabbed it. No, I'm kidding. I didn't do that.
She went triple T on him, tack on him in the hallways and stuff.
Karen's alternative lifestyle. I
just
never know what
kidding.
you're thinking
I
or
know.
who you're after next. Well, glad they went well. Was it a country themed wedding? You said you had black boots on.
Not overly so, considering the music Jay played. I mean, he played everything from the 80s, 90s. There's quite a bit of rap.
Okay, but
So-
the groom and bride weren't dressed in like some sort of country like outfit. I mean, it's
No, they're
Bolo
normal
ties
wedding
or-
garb, other than just about every male had black cowboy boots on because that's
Oh.
they live in boots.
they live.
So
in
I
boots.
guess could it be country?
Could be a little
Sure,
country. It's all right.
whatever.
It's all right. Very
Yeah,
good.
It turned out well. Thank
It's
you.
fantastic, and you had a good time. You danced.
Yeah.
You made cake. James, you dance or make cake this weekend?
No, went out drinking Friday.
Woohoo!
Wasn't too bad.
Had a good time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
usually do.
Very good. But didn't do too much.
No, I didn't do too much at all. Eat some food,
Little
the
food?
usual. Yeah.
Taking it easy. Back at it. Okay.
How about you?
Well, I spent most of the weekend writing those great jokes you just enjoyed.
Oh, that's right.
Of course. I don't know. We always get here and then I forget. I don't know. I do. I know. It's coming back to me now.
Marijuana affects me.
It's coming back to me now. We had a buddy come over yesterday, Phil. He might be out there watching.
Phil.
He says he listens. I think he listened to the first two and he never looked back. I didn't challenge him on questions. That's okay, because if you ever get involved in something like this, you'll notice that most of your friends and family don't give two shits of what you're doing, which is fine. It's totally fine. It's what you're. It's okay. Like I had a friend come up. I think I told you like 2 months ago. I saw him at Walmart. He's like, "Hey man, I'm really sorry I haven't been watching your show." I'm like, "Most people don't. Like, you take it easy." I know it's a commitment to click over there and give it a try. That's okay. But Phil, great guy, guitar player. So we came up, we played some music. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so I enjoyed that. Played some more music with my son. Also got rid of a ladder out back that my niece, who, by the way, Friday when we were talking about people that watch and don't rewatch movies, I lumped the one who does actually watch the show in with the people that don't watch movies, and I
Caught hell.
heard about it. You don't need to apologize on the show, Bill, but I will. Sorry. It's the other niece it's the bad niece. We don't talk about that one.
The one that's not the favorite anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. But the one niece watches all the time. Thank you very much. She does really great. So it's Weed Week, and we're sponsored by Wilson Farm Market in Arcadia. I don't know that. I don't think he's on any sort of initiative. I don't really know what
No.
he feels about that. But yeah. So, and I don't even know. Did I even change these slides? There could be nothing in here. Look at that. Those are from Friday. They're still sitting there. Those
Look tasty.
potatoes still looks good
Yeah. It
on
does.
Weed Week. Does that look good on Weed Week? It does. Come on.
Whatever's in the upper left.
Just do an edible. There is, yeah. Up in the upper left, you can see that there's some sort of like bacon, cheddar, potato,
Yeah.
something. Then some kind of salsa thing working.
Coleslaw.
And then these two flavored hog balls.
Something.
Only at Wilson Farm Market. Can't get those anywhere else. You ever had anything like that?
No.
Did you ever try that Rocky Mountain oyster stuff?
No.
You can give it a rip. You ever been to a restaurant and done any
No.
shit like that? Okay. I haven't either. I haven't, yeah.
Weird seafood, yes, but no, that's
Weird
not,
seafood,
Yeah,
but no animal balls.
no.
I don't know how people eat those anyway. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it can't give you any kind of anything. Fuck, what the hell? Not enough where it matters.
Well, why eat testicles? I don't know, man. That'd be fucking delicious and we're missing out. Anyhow, Wilson Farm Market. Here we go. Here's the deal. You want to win a $100 gift card? We'd love to give one to you at the end of April, plus the T-shirt. You just come right here to the YouTube page. You follow us there. You're in the drawing. That's what we're going to do. Again, $100 card and the shirt. Beautiful. Sounds like a plan. All right. So this week is Weed Week, full week of the weed lifestyle. Of course, I was sharing with you before we started the show. Always a big week when I was growing up as a kid, you know. Mom, dad, the whole family into it. Usually Sunday would have to get the decorations out of the closet, bring them down. Mom and I would decorate because Dad was kind of a manly man. But then he'd come out and tell us we did a good job, you know, looking around the house, frosting the windows. And, you know, I'm sure maybe you grew up with some of that too. And we get out the nice like grandma's bongs, you know, because family's coming over. We can't use the stuff we use every day.
The good china.
Yeah, the good china. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going with that. Karen, did you grow up with that? I mean, wasn't that big around? Was that big around your house?
No, we always rented our own.
You rented? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Enough said. James, weed week around your house growing up?
Quite a bit. Yeah.
It was every week.
I think it originated from that area. Yeah. Quite a bit.
Yes. Okay. So
It was always weed week.
yes, I of course I'm just kidding. My parents didn't even.
They weren't the generation.
No, and just a very quick story of my parents being out of the generation. So someone I knew. I don't know how to always put this.
Disclaimer.
Okay, a person that I knew very well, who lived near me as a kid, very near me. Okay, maybe in the same house. I don't know, but this person, right, had gone to work. Okay, but worked like you do, like a third shift.
Yeah.
Gets off. What time do you get off? 7
7 in the
6?
morning. Yeah.
Okay, same with him. And it was and this is like 1980. Okay, so this is almost 50 years ago. So gets off work at this factory and goes out with friends to a place after work. Like it's like summertime, and there was like a pit, a water pit where you could hang out and float and do that kind of thing. So they go out there. They're always having a good time. They're floating around. Used to put the drinks in the water. You know, you
Yeah.
pull up the 6-pack out there, little smoking, little fun, nothing over the top. You know, and then it's like 2 minutes out of town, drive back into town. Well, this person that I lived with, okay, comes back into town, stops in the alley as he's coming home, and the neighbor comes out, who he's friends with, and comes out and says something to the effect of, "Hey, you know, how's it going?" It's like, "Man, I'm stoned off my ass." As soon as he looks up, my mom is walking out the back of the, right? Yeah. And looks and gives a look and goes, one of these looks goes out in the car. So this person that was renting from our house, the boarder at our house. So he goes upstairs into his room and he's worried what the guy that owns the house is going to think. So he's up there freaking out. What am I going to say? What are they going to do? You know, what's going to happen up there, whatever. And so finally, after a while, he hears the phone ring. Like, I know what this is. Like, you know, I can't hide up here all day. You know, I just got to go down and stay at what? 20. And again, the person that was in the house is 20 some years old. Okay. It's not a child. Walks downstairs. Dad, I mean, the guy that owns the house. He's like, "Hey, your mom," or the other rentee or whatever. She said that you were really stoned, and you said that, and I just want you to know that we are not okay with you drinking and driving. And that's when he realized really quick that his parents, I mean, the people that own the house, are from a generation where the word stoned means drunk.
Yeah.
So my mom or the person, it's like, so then as soon as that happens, I was like, "You're right. It's got to stop. You know what? It wasn't too far today, but from now, if you need a ride, give us a call. You don't do stuff like that. That's not, you're right. It's got to stop. The drinking's got to stop." It's like, "That's good." It's like, yes. So it's good to have older parents that have no clue
Yeah.
about it at all.
That's like when you say dope around white people, they think of marijuana. When you say dope around black people, they think of somebody that's actually shooting.
Heroin.
Yeah.
Or they're just totally dope.
Yeah.
Could be dope. Like you're dope. You're totally dope.
I try to be.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Wow.
yeah, having older parents like that can be helpful. They don't smell it. I was upstairs once, and this is like high school. Before you know it, like I had a friend. There's a show called Sliders
Oh yeah,
Sliders?
it's one of my all-time favorite shows,
Oh,
man.
okay.
First season of Sliders is shit.
The first is, but you remember this show?
It's
It's like
time
on
travel.
Fox.
Yeah.
No.
And this kid had made like a time traveling machine, but then it sucked these people into it, and then they keep going to different. They're in the same
Same
America,
spot, but different universe.
but
Different.
it's like a different one. Things
Yeah.
are just a little different in this one than should be the right one. So they go to one where like the Russians won, and
Yeah,
everybody,
there was a Russian one, a Nazi one. There was a bunch of different
yes,
ones. Yeah.
there's one where you're still in a war, like, in a war that was still like with Australia, and it was like the '60s.
There was one where there was a bunch of evil limbs in the other dimension.
yeah,
Yeah.
one where women acted more like men,
Yeah.
and men acted more like women. Those
Oh,
kind
wow.
of things. All right. So I liked watching this show, and then I told a friend like, come over to the house, and again we can come upstairs and kind of half shut the door because man they can't smell it, and we're not up there burning hog legs with
Yeah.
Snoop. I mean we're keeping it on the down. Well, one person comes over, then another person comes over, and then in 10 minutes I had like 8 high school kids in my room, this little tiny room packed in there. What's going on up there? It smells funny. I'm like, oh, somebody's smoking a cigarette. Of course, and my parents, oh, okay. Like,
I thought maybe she'd be like, I'm making cookies.
no. I just like, somebody's smoking cigarettes. Oh, well, that's okay. Yeah, we're like in high school. My parents didn't care. Well, that's fine then, no problem. So, yeah. Anyhow, a lot of fun. So, these stories. The first one about older people trying the marijuana. Karen, have you tried to give maybe you still have parents who are around? Do they ever express that they want to try to eat
My
these
dad.
gummies or smoke this or?
My dad, I guess, smoked in Florida a lot.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, so coming here, he occasionally mentions that he'd like to find some, and I'm thinking that might be a good idea.
Yeah, my cool mom.
Yeah.
So now, just to let everybody know, to give us an idea, how old is your father?
He's 71,
Okay.
almost 72.
Early 70s, late 60s ish. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so when he lived in Florida for a time, he did go and
Oh yeah.
he had like a medical card then? Is that Florida?
No,
Or is it-
Florida, it's legal.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
No, it is now. It wasn't then, but it was basically
Oh no, but when he lived there
Florida.
been
was-
apply
5
for
years
something.
ago, he
Yeah.
lived there 5 years ago,
Yeah.
and it's illegal there.
I just read the article, so I do know about it. It's not
Yeah.
legal yet. So it's not
It's not legal.
It's
in Florida?
decrimmed.
Maybe, but
It's more
not.
of a local thing. Like
Yeah, but-
some police enforcement don't enforce certain
Well,
things in certain areas.
he lied to me.
He's probably buying off the street, but
Buying
whatever.
weed. That's kind
So,
of go sometimes.
so he enjoyed it. He said he did like it.
Oh yeah,
He was cool with it.
Yeah.
All right. Then when he came up here, then now he's been
yeah,
off of it.
nothing.
Okay. So, all right. What about your mother?
I'm
Does
would
she-
love to give her some.
Okay. And she's about the same age.
Yeah, she's just a year older.
Okay. But she,
She
not interested.
no,
though.
she
doesn't
doesn't.
want to try that or anything.
I
You would just like to give it to her.
would just love to give it to her.
It could have an advantage.
You sure can.
James, you have some older people in your life. What do you think about older people and marijuana?
Well, I remember. So funny story was, went up to the dispensary in Michigan once, and then they put me on like a call list, and I'm at a doctor's appointment, and my phone goes off, and I have it on speaker,
Yeah.
and it's them from the dispensary telling me I'd won tickets to a concert that was like a smoke event
Okay.
in Michigan. So we go up there and we go to this fairgrounds, and it's supposed to be like an open smoke thing. And they have like, you go in there and it's kind of set up just like a small fair, and there's like a stage and the whole big thing. But then it
Yeah.
has like food trucks and all sorts of random stuff, and then dispensaries that are actually there advertising and selling their stuff.
Okay.
And
Weed fair.
we sit down in there, and I look around and I see everybody kind of token up here and there. I'm like, wow, it's kind of cool that they did this. And then this lady comes over and sits at the bench next to us. And it's just like you're at the fair or you're at a park or something. And she had to be like 85. And she's probably about 4.5 foot tall, and just this little tiny lady. And her husband comes up there and he kind of gets down. And they both get, to sit down on the bench.
Yeah.
And she breaks out this thing that was like it was bigger than my fingers. It's just like
Mega.
she had she had a little butane torch and and then oh hey, how's it going? I'm just like, that's pretty sweet. Yeah, the old people are into it,
Yeah.
and most of them aren't smokers. They usually are eating stuff for the most part.
Yeah.
They'll smoke a little and they'll eat a whole bunch of it.
Especially if they whole life haven't smoked anything, like they were
Yeah.
cigarette smokers or anything, not
Yeah.
used to it. Not a good idea to start smoking now.
No.
No, not good. But so there they were. They're blazing on that. And they
Oh
were
yeah,
fine. They're
the
like
old
90 years
people are
old.
just more casual about it. Like so a lot of the older people you wouldn't even know smoke probably smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're already kind of like moving slow. And,
Well, you know,
I'm just kidding.
they hint around about it when they have conversations with you and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, the article that I read was just it was to put it all in. It was like a 10-minute read. We don't have time for shit like that. It was just be careful if you are older and you are thinking about getting into it, or you have parents out there or somebody who are asking questions about it. You think, hey, why not? Drug interactions with things they already take.
Yeah.
Just need to be careful with that
Yeah.
first. Just do if you are giving something to your uncle or somebody that's never had it. Just
Yeah.
ask first.
Because the
Just
first couple
ask.
times you do it, you're going to spike your blood pressure because you're going to get kind of panicky,
Yes,
and
so
it
it's
will.
blood pressure.
I mean,
problem.
even people that do it all the time, if you didn't do it for a minute and you go back and try some, it still does that the first couple times you go. Your
And
body
that-
has to readjust to it.
And that does that for me, you, and everybody.
Everybody, yeah,
So,
yeah.
and if you're older and you're on blood pressure medication and it's really tight, or you gotta be careful. So again, ask your doctor if you think
Low
you should.
dose,
Yeah.
Ask your
microdose.
doctor.
Yes,
Ask your doctor about microdosing.
that was the main thing. Was just interactions and blood pressure. Just be careful.
Yeah.
And then
Don't come out the blocks smoking shatter and
exactly. I want the toughest shit you got in
yeah,
here.
give me some dabs.
Load
like
it
the
up.
kids are
Yeah,
doing.
load up a dab for grandpa. Don't load up a dab for grandpa. Okay. Because you will panic and your heart will explode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yours will because
you
he's
will
laying
die.
there.
Yeah. Then you're, now they're all looking at you.
I
What'd
got
you
to
do
do
to grandpa.
grandma. We were doing dab rips, and
Oh
there's
my gosh.
Papa laying on the floor. Yeah.
So easy does it.
Yeah.
Easy does it for anybody. For God's sakes,
Yeah.
whether you're 65 or you're 22, take it easy. And we'll get to that too.
Just because Willie Nelson's old and does it all the time, he's been doing it since the 20s. So
Yes. Yes. Again.
Yeah, he's like,
and those people that you saw at the park or the fair
yeah.
probably been smoking weed longer
Oh,
than
yeah.
a year.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. The other one was about
Oh, they'd have to roll way better. Some old lady that's been knitting for so long, she probably throw together the tightest, fattest blunt you ever seen in your life.
and she's gonna take her time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be right. There's no hurry.
The edges will be twisted up like little candies.
They'll be correct and nice and neat and clean. Heck yeah. And then when you're done, it's like Grandma's Boy. Have you seen Grandma's Boy?
No.
Have you? Oh, save it for this weekend.
Yeah.
Grandma's Boy, long story short, is the game developer. He lives with his grandma, and then soon he turns them on to some of this stuff. And then of course, the beauty is they've all got all these leftovers. It's a grandma baking and cooking all day. So you go in the fridge, there's half a lasagna. That
Yeah.
like what a great, it's a good.
Sounds good.
Are you stoned? Because you're looking at me. You're like, I don't know. Karen, watch it. So speaking of food and weed, there you go. This place in Connecticut, they were getting ready to change it from a barbecue restaurant into a dispensary. It was just a fun story to make a joke with. It was like a 10-minute read.
Was it called like Sweet Baby's Kush?
It was just like a regular barbecue place. And they really, what this article was about, and why, again, I didn't print some of these out because during Weed Week, it just may be the story. The headline might just all we're really interested in. This was like a 10-minute read, again, from like a local Stamford, Connecticut paper. And it was way into like, we couldn't put it here because there weren't enough parking spaces. Now we checked the ordinances for the county, and it was way into like county politics.
Well,
and
Stanford is high up
stuff
there.
like that.
That's where ESPN's at, and WWE, all sorts of businesses. That's
it's
where
huge.
that's where all the money's at.
It's a huge place. I mean,
Yeah.
I get it, but
That's
it
where
was
Vince McMahon lived at.
yeah. He needed weed.
Yeah.
So this story was mostly just about like a parking lot issue and like licenses to hold things and whatever.
Well, when we showed up to that fairgrounds at that one in Michigan, it looked like you'd be going to like Deer Creek or something, but it was like a camp fairgrounds thing. So like I'm pretty sure they reached the limit at some point.
Yeah, the main thing in here was just the problem of trying to find a place because, like you said, you go to these places and they're like wrapped around.
Yeah, and they
You
were
know where
parked
the
on sides. They were parked on sides of the road and everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere they could possibly put a car.
So the issue was the restaurant has like spaces for like 20 some people, but that's not And then the businesses next to it, then those are the people
Right.
bitching that, hey, maybe
Yeah.
you're parking in my lot and walking over the grass and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, there we go. The other one, Weedopoly. I'm sure there's lots of weed games and weed stuff. You know what I mean? Have you ever played any weed games? Probably not.
Yeah, kick the can. Everybody that I ever played kick the can with, I believe, is
It's the gateway game.
it is the
If
gateway.
you played kick the can,
Yeah,
here it comes.
yeah.
A little bit of weed.
I just thought of that. I was sitting there like, well, everybody
Well
we
done.
played kick the can with is. Yeah,
See what marijuana does?
I think I've smoked with everybody I ever played kick the can with. If not, they drink PBRs or some shit.
That's right. So yeah, kick the can.
You can stereotype people. Look at that.
You can. It's predictive of
When it's
behavior.
right, you know.
Very predictive of behavior. Kick the can. Love that.
For those of you out there that don't know what kick the can is, you missed out.
Yes.
You're a millennial.
Did you play kick the can?
No.
No, what is?
Oh, I forgot.
You'll
you
tell me later.
She wasn't allowed outside. She was busy
you
harvesting
were a bubble
organs.
girl,
She was
yeah.
busy harvesting
You're a
organs.
bubble girl until it was time to get placentas out. And then you were like, "Oh, do what you want." Just telling us that you're protected. You didn't do anything on the playground, but oh
Went
god,
from shelter to deep end.
kick the can. You put a can out.
Yeah.
Someone's it. Everyone goes and hides. You try to come up and kick the can, but before you come up, if I jump over the can, say over the can on Karen, then you have to like sit on the porch and you're out.
But you have to be able to see the person when you call them out too.
Huh.
Yes, it's kind of like hide and seek, but then you have to come up and kick it. And then when there's all these people sitting on the porch and you want to get away and get free, someone has to come up and kick the can. If not, and I get everybody out, then like the first person is it now, and then we all go hide.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, we'd hide in like the
game.
neighborhood, and then the can was on one porch somewhere.
I loved kick the can.
We all did. We played the fuck out of it.
Because I like kick the can because my favorite thing to do is hide in plain sight. I remember once I went across the street and I just sat on the front steps, on someone's steps in front of their door and just didn't move. I'm looking right at the person. I'm in the light. I just didn't move. And they looked at me. That was great. And then on the other corner, there used to be a mailbox on lots of corners, pick up the mail. The street light hit the mailbox and it cast a long shadow. And I was
yeah.
laid
I used
in
to
the
shadow
shadow
it.
of the
Oh
mailbox.
my
And
god.
I could see everything and you couldn't see me. That was great.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then a couple times we just took off with a friend and went down and ate cheese slices and ice cream.
Then hung
and
out.
Came back
then
a
came
half
back
hour
half
later.
Yeah.
Where were you guys? We weren't down there watching cartoons and eating cheese.
Couldn't find us.
No, we weren't. Yeah. Then the other one was about that was nuts, man. But weed saved my life. I'm like, okay, so I'll find the story and it'll be Willie Nelson will be the punchline. Like, okay, love it. Willie Nelson says weed saved his life years ago. Oh, shit. So that was that one. That's why I put that slide on.
Remember
The
the joke?
joke wrote itself.
Remember the joke that Willie Nelson said on Bill Maher one time? It was a ways back. They were talking about marijuana had never killed anybody, and Willie's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! It did kill one of my friends." He's like, "Marijuana killed one of your friends?" He goes, "Yeah, the bale fell right on his head."
Oh, careful, Willie. How old is Willie Nelson?
He's 93-ish
Is he
at this
90s?
point. Yeah, he has to be.
Good God, he's still kicking.
Mm-hmm.
He's still kicking.
I
Maybe the
think
weed's
my
already
lady
free.
went and see him like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, maybe.
I've never seen Willie. Did you? Did you
No.
go to him somewhere?
No,
Okay, I
No.
thought you were. Okay.
it's one of the old ones I never got to see. But
You ever seen Willie?
No.
No, no. Yeah.
I'm not into a whole lot of his stuff, but because I hear it all the time.
Somewhat read related was a story I was telling somebody about music the other day. Not Willie, but Waylon.
Waylon.
When I saw Waylon Jennings at Lollapalooza, that was cool.
Oh.
Yeah, he came out. Did I ever told this one on TV or on TV?
I don't believe so.
The internet. Look how old I am. Okay, so let me tell this one real quick. So Lollapalooza '96.
Oh, so it was like the second one?
I think it's
or
96.
the first one.
There were other ones before
Yeah.
that. Like this is 96, I think. And so it's coming to Indy, and we go there, very excited. But in the little, and I got a bunch of those at home. They have the what do I want to say, the program.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has all a list of everything in. They're like magazine size. They were huge, and just handed them out. So I took a few on the way back. I've got some at home, but inside, at each location of this Lollapalooza that was going across the nation, there was the set list of who's coming, who's
Yeah.
going to be there. But then in the afternoon, there's a special mystery guest depending on what region where
Yeah.
you were, and you didn't know what it was going to be. One of them was like the Wu-Tang Clan. It could have been the Wu-Tang Clan. I forget what a couple of, and one of them was Waylon Jennings. And I'm looking in this book and I'm like, hey, I'm a betting man. And I got a good feeling that it's not the Wu-Tang Clan. You know what I mean? It's probably, but I thought, well, maybe this sweeps down probably in Texas. Maybe Waylon Jennings is for Texas people, not Indiana people. Man, it will be the Wu-Tang Clan or somebody like that. It was Waylon. And I don't mind Waylon at all.
I like a lot of his stuff.
Yes, Waylon Jennings is like the rough at Waylon Jennings is the Rolling Stones of country stuff. He is not arty or he just don't like it is. So he comes out. People are generally cool with it. They're having a good time. He sings the Dukes of Hazzard theme song. Everybody's having a good time.
Ain't living long like this.
Stuff. Everybody's singing along. We're having fun. Okay. Then he says, hey, now I got something special for y'all. And I want to introduce you to somebody. It's my nephew. And it wasn't Shooter Jennings. It was Skeeter Jennings. So Shooter's a little bit older. And then he ended up having like a country career. He sounds just like his dad. Okay, this is Skeeter. This is like some other kid or Skeeter. I know. Hey, like Muppet Babies. Jesus Christ,
I know, right?
Waylon. So Skeeter's going to come out and sing a song. Hey, everybody cheers. No big deal. This kid comes out with a little tiny Casio keyboard. He's dressed like Trent Reznor, all in black. He comes out there and he starts going, and people are listening. And it's this real downer song, man. I mean, we went from Ain't Living Long Like This, and everybody's juking around, man, have a fucking hell of a good time, country style. Then this guy wants to come out and piss in the punch bowl. Yeah. and he looks like he's 15, like he's not even like an adult person. He's out there and he's doing it. And everybody's kind of listening. It's a weird vibe. And then he gets to the chorus, and it's something. I don't even remember what the beginning part was, but the chorus was, and I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I think I'm gonna kill myself. And when he says kill myself, I swear to God, in that place at Deer Creek, an audible like a damn it, this blows. You could hear it, and you could just hear it in there. And here comes the sod.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, no, it comes in a tidal wave. Yeah, it'll tidal wave.
Chunks of grass. People are now booing. We're throwing bottles.
Yeah.
Waylon Jennings comes out on the stage like, whoa, 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 hey, now he's back there, something. They keep doing it, and finally, a side person comes out, and just grabs that Casio and pulls that, and somebody grabs Skeeter, just kind of pulls him off. Okay, well, we'll play something. Making their way, and then everybody stopped throwing shit. But yeah, Skeeter Jennings just about caused a riot at Lollapalooza, and if you were there, maybe you remember that.
That's hilarious.
But I'll never forget that.
Oh.
And I had bought for a girlfriend at the time this little, I don't know, it was made out of glass, like this thing you would hang up that was super, I had like, all these chunks are coming and hit me. I was trying to save that, whatever. About saw a fight at the end. People are angry. The last band was Metallica. And so by the end of the night, man, people were standing on seats in front of us. And then people just behind us were not very happy with that. And then bottles, and then people were fisting it. I'm like, let's get the fuck out of here. Because I really don't give a shit about Metallica. Nothing personal. Just they can be assholes. I don't know. So
wow.
I think
that's why no more bottles at concerts.
Plasticky ones.
Yeah,
I
90s.
guess.
The 90s kind of killed that.
Yeah. But I think that at Deer Creek, there's been other times.
I've been there multiple times where they had to shut shit down. One of the Ozfest I was at was Godsmack and Pantera.
Yeah.
They'd taken a few weeks before that, they had one of those Mayday X-Fest shows there that was all muddy and they were throwing mud. Well, then it dried out and they put like these, like almost like a tarp thing across all of it.
Okay.
People tore those up, put them in piles, and caught them on fire. There were like 3 giant fucking fires of those going. And Godsmack or Pantera, like one of them had to quit playing and say, hey, until this gets put out, we can't play. So if you guys keep fucking around,
please stop
the rest of it's going to get canceled.
The venue on fire.
Yeah.
Well, there was a Grateful Dead show where people broke the fence down.
Jeez.
That's kind of funny. The Grateful Dead show.
I know. No, but actually, the more you learn about Grateful Dead shows and some of that stuff, that's par.
They probably thought the fence was attacking them.
Par for the course. Par for the course because I'm dressed up like a hippie. But it's because my parents are millionaires that live in Connecticut, so they'll pay for the fence.
Stamford.
So I don't have to do anything.
They live in Stamford.
Jackasses. All right. Hey, we're more than halfway through. It's the Wilson Farm Market. GGHOP. That's who we're sponsored by. Hey, and whether you're you're inebriated on alcohol, or you're ingesting gummies or marijuana, or just hanging out totally sober, Wilson Farm Market is a great place to buy chicken, ice cream. flavors of ice cream, lunch meat for days. Also weird stuff from like Pennsylvania, like the
Yeah.
macaroni and cheese loaf.
Some random Amish stuff in there that was kind of, yeah.
Whoopie pies, those big cakes with the cream in the middle, that whole thing. A lot of tasty stuff. That's what I'm saying. Thank you very much, Scott Wilson.
Yeah.
So our next story, this is just keeping in with the, again, we got all week. Got plenty of time to talk about weed stuff.
So 420 is on Saturday.
That is Saturday, sir. Yes. I'm going to grab my stories here.
I don't know if it's next year or maybe the year after, but sometime in the next couple of years, Easter is on 420.
No
Oh, boy.
way.
Yeah, I told my dad that, and he would have thought I told him that Jesus was real.
No.
No, and he believed it.
He hath risen. He hath smoked. So I've got a story here from Healthline, and it is about the first time you smoke or 9 tips to help you out is the idea. Okay. It was up in the top corner. I thought the person, it was a doctor that wrote it, but it was just this doctor reviewed this article to say like it was okay. You know? But the woman at the bottom's one who wrote it, and we'll talk about her at the bottom next.
She's the one with the doctorate.
Yeah. No. She does not, as you're going to find out, is not much. Okay, so health time. First, smoking weed tips here. Let's see.
First tip: smoke with friends that are actually your friends.
Yes, do not just have it with anybody.
Not till
There
you're
we
a
go.
veteran. Not till you're a veteran.
So there it is. About to use weed for the first time. So this is for old people, young people. 9 tips from a cannabis journalist. Now again, that's Jeffrey Chin is just the guy that reviewed it. His thing. So he's exempt.
You know, I don't know. It looks like somebody might smoke and play some MLB The Show with me.
Well, the first like I don't know if it's in here, but I didn't put it on. But right underneath here, there's just this little intro, and it's like I've been smoking weed for years and blah 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 and something this and that. And I was like, man, no, you haven't. That's not him. It's all right. So, let go of the high versus not high binary. This is a bit confusing.
Yeah.
So let me walk you through this. So the informal information network I mentioned earlier changes a bit every time a new state or other municipality legalizes cannabis, which at the same time is on a nearly weekly basis. This was written like a couple years ago. And like there's things in states, you know,
Yeah.
always passing, different cities, different ordinances. So it just kind of goes on. This is a weird one. One thing legalization has not meaningfully changed, though, is the way society tends to talk about being intoxicated or high. Now, let me see. So if I had to read this like 3 times and I wasn't even on anything, I mean, what this person is going on about. So then here it gets a little better.
I'm just trying to make the vibe smoky.
Very good. That's good. You've done well. It's always smoky when you're around. In reality, though, nothing is that simple. Talking in binaries creates false security. So whether she's trying to say like it gets you stoned or it doesn't, or just that it works or it doesn't, which I don't think anyone talks that way about anything.
No, I always just say situations are situational. It's based on everything is based on you as a person, not necessarily. I think she means like we clump it all as one thing. Like, oh, everybody's going to do this when it's the first time they smoke. Everybody's going to do that the first time.
Okay.
Like keeping it within one thing or 2 things.
All right, because I'm reading through here. This is so like before your first cannabis experience, mentally prepare yourself to explore these gray areas. Let go of any expectations, Karen. Be open to a range of possible outcomes, okay? To understand how a cannabis high manifests in individuals' bodies, only benefit users and would-be users to get comfortable exploring gray areas. Now, I got to be honest with you. This when I get to here, this sounds more like you're setting me up to get me high and we're going to have some sort of gray area bisexual experience. I mean, this seems like you're setting me up to relax, sit back there. Now, Greg's going to come in and cup your balls. You're like, hey, man, tell me up straight that you want to touch my balls or something. I'm saying. So stay away from binaries. Don't let them touch your balls.
And smoking weed like that's not like doing other stuff. It's not going to make you have some giant head trip and you're going to start rethinking your whole life. It's going to take a few minutes.
Oh, maybe. We'll find out later. Number 2, again, 9 tips if you're trying this for the first time. Okay. Take strains with a grain of salt. Okay. Speaking of binaries, there's the issue of cannabis strains or cultivars. The main 2, they're often described as being indica or sativa. This is basically shorthand for the former causing a euphoric body high and the latter producing a more energetic or cerebral high. These descriptions aren't necessarily false, but they're completely subjective. Okay. So additionally, categorizing cannabis just by these two terms misses a wide spectrum of other effects. So what do you think about that?
The easiest way to remember that is indica means couch.
Mm-hmm.
And then sativa.
That's what people
just
say.
Sativa, yeah.
Indica-couch. So the indica one seems that way.
Yeah.
But
Very true, though.
But see, this is the thing, and we're going to find here in a couple more that this person is saying that this doesn't matter. But to me, this very much matters.
Yes, this matters
is the
quite a
main
bit.
matter at the
Yeah,
top.
yeah.
I mean, this is essentially, hey, man, you see, there's a Mountain Dew, and here's a sugar-free Mountain Dew. They're
Yeah.
both Mountain Dews. It
Yeah.
doesn't fucking matter. Take it with a grain of salt. It makes a lot of it.
Actually, it'd be different. It'd be caffeine-free or caffeinated. That's what I call those. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just saying, like, this does kind of matter.
Yeah.
Okay, a little bit.
That's why I always recommend to somebody it's their first time. Most candies are made of hybrids, unless they're otherwise labeled.
So it's got a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Okay. Yeah. So I just thought this is something that is important. And later we're going to get to something that she says is important that I feel is not important at all. Here's one. Use your nose before you get started. So to pick it out for yourself.
Okay.
So we're lucky in the aromatic and flavorful elements of cannabis. The terpenes play a large role in the effect, and the way our sense of smell can guide us towards the type of high we're seeking. So maybe fruit, floral, fuel, and earth are common flavor profiles in cannabis flowers, and following these groupings can help people find what's right for them, she explains. The diversity of this botanical is vast, and strain names can often be misleading. Okay, so it's great to gravitate towards the scents you already find appealing. The lemony whiffs of gelinade tell you that it's going to be bright and energizing. The dank, gassy scents of classic OG Kush tell you that it's going to be strong and soothing. Okay, this is the one I think you're full of shit. Because to me, I get around people and then they want to take off on like this, and you sound like a bunch of fucking wine connoisseurs, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Give me a fucking break. So the one before didn't matter. That majorly fucking matters.
Yeah.
Is it the one that's going to send you more through the roof or more calm you down?
Yeah.
Well, don't worry about it. That shit's fine. Now, what you need to do is smell it to figure out what you
You
want.
need to make sure it smells good.
Yeah, you can smell whatever. It might whip your ass.
It's the same as cheese. Sometimes the worst smelling cheese is the best fucking cheese
Sure.
there is. Yeah.
But to the idea that you were going to
Some of the weed is even called cheese. That's the funny part. And it smells like cheese when you smell it.
There's a cheese one?
Yeah, there's a few cheese ones that you'd actually smell and it smells like cheese. Gets you fucked up.
Okay. Get you fucked up.
Fucked up.
Them cheese ones work.
Yeah.
Okay, so smell for the cheese one. But this gets into, like people do whiskey. You can taste the oaken casket and the cherry barrel. And I can't taste any of that shit. Am I the only person on earth that can't taste that shit?
Oh, like
when it
comes to
drink
wine and
it
shit?
just,
No.
it tastes red. It tastes alcohol. It tastes good to me. Is that
tastes
okay?
red.
It tastes red. That cheese shit's good, man. You're right.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. You go down this road, you know a little,
Oh, I know a lot, yeah.
but you get around people that just take off on this
Well,
stuff.
I mean, if
it's really
at the end of the
boring.
day, after you burn it, it smells like weed. Doesn't matter what it tastes like before you got it anyway.
I got a buddy who just says, you know what? I just call it pot.
Yeah. That's how I am. Yeah, that's how I
I
am.
don't care what it's called. Lemony scents and strawberry hints and what the fuck are you
Like if
doing?
you go to the dispensary, you just look at strength. That's all I look at. I don't even care what it's called.
I do want to say this. I was friends with a person that did some growing.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're out there and you're a grower person, do us a favor. Just listen for a minute. Don't take it personal. We appreciate what you do. I like that you do that and you're happy in your way. But could you talk about something fucking else for 5 fucking minutes? Thank you. You get around a person that grows in this shit and that's just all they fucking talk about.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Get a hobby.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about it constantly. I don't give a shit what kind of stuff you put in the water. Man, again, I don't care how you made the fucking cheeseburger.
It's like constantly talking about your work.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. And it's like, and I think because it's weed and, weed is cool, whatever, they think it's just cool to just keep fucking going and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking.
It's sometimes it's whatever strand they're smoking too.
God damn.
You know how chatty Cathy I get sometimes.
Now, James,
It
you
happens.
don't talk too much.
It happens.
No, stop.
Just all the time.
I'll tell you this though. if I was super wigged out and something was wrong, you know, your heart's beating fast, whatever, I'd rather have a person around me that talks too much,
Yeah.
that gets, or instead of somebody getting weird sitting in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather have you talk. That's most people are freaking. They want you to keep talking.
Yeah, I'll distract
That
you
helps.
from how lit up you are
Yes. That like helps people calm
by
down.
telling you how lit up I am.
Yes. Yes. Or telling you how stupid you look by being that.
Aha, look at your face. Go look
I'll
in
tell
the
you
mirror.
what you need is chicken. Oh, here we go. You both said this.
Yep.
Okay. So consider edibles, but start small. Okay. This is very good sense. For your first time, aim for a dose 5 milligrams or less. James, that seems smart. Is that right? Is that right to you?
Some of my friends, if they've ever at least smoked something, I usually say 10 because it's usually 100 in a pack and you get 10 per.
Okay.
But if somebody that's never done anything before, you need to split one in half, then eat the other half a little bit later.
So this is about right. These are for people who've never even.
Yeah.
Ever
It's also
tried it
based
ever.
on, me and you can attest to, it's also based on size,
Sure.
metabolism.
Yeah.
So if you're a bigger person, 5 may not hit you, 10 will get you.
And careful how and when you take them when you eat.
Yeah.
Because if you take them on an empty stomach, you might not get it for hours.
Yeah.
And then you'll find you'll be like, after an hour, and be like, I'm not getting anything. And instead of taking more, you decide to eat a handful of popcorn or a half bag of Cheetos. And then 20 minutes
It
later,
activates.
you
yeah.
are running
Yeah.
with the devil, man. So,
I usually like to eat, I already have a little bit of something in my stomach before I eat anything like that.
So generally, edibles made with live resin tend to produce stronger effects. Edibles metabolize in the liver rather than the bloodstream, so they produce a longer lasting high that could result in psychedelic effects at higher doses. Oh, so wait a minute. So golly, I guess there's a binary again. They're made with resin or they aren't, and I guess it does fucking matter
It
once
does
in a while to
matter.
have a binary, doesn't it? Dumbasses. So and great, and also great hint. Start slow. Really? Should I? Really? With a drug I've never done, I should probably do a little first.
I've never been swimming. Let's go off the high dive.
Don't worry, we'll get towards the end of this. I'm going to club the shit out of this lady who wrote this.
Like a seal.
Yeah, like a seal with a smile on my face. Karen, you got to know your dose. Same kind of thing. This just goes along with like the last one. Your cannabis specialist.
Project
God,
Ask
that's
a
so
Stoner.
Your cannabis specialist, your weedopolist, should be very specific about what to take and how much. Usually, this is a slow ramp up, not only to get you used to the feelings, but to get your body to adjust. Often, people benefit from doses that are much smaller than they expect. Okay. Number 6, let go of any past cannabis. Let it go, Karen.
That's what gets.
let it go, Karen.
That's what gets
Stop
a lot
it.
of people because it's based on. Sometimes it's based on some people are already having. Like if you have an issue with your setting anyway, like where you're at and who's around you when you're doing stuff, that can already throw you off. It's going to throw you into panic mode right off the bat.
Paranoia.
Yeah.
It matters. You don't.
But then again, like I said earlier, have a friend that's your true friend before you smoke.
Yes.
Because I had a friend that said he'd get paranoid on it. So then I got him smoked out, and I went to the bathroom, climbed out the window, beat on the windows, came back in through the bathroom, and he thought somebody was beating on the window. So you gotta know who you're smoking with.
I love the elaborate plan.
Yeah, it was great.
It was totally worth it. Just
I could
scared the
take a
shit out of
shit,
the guy.
slid it right back in the window. Never knew I went out there. I don't even think he knows now. Fuck.
Well, you spoke a little bit to this,
Yeah.
but says let go of the past. For those who have had bad experience with it or other intoxicating substances,
It's
you
way
guys
stronger now. Good luck.
do a little.
You're right.
First of all, what kind of experience are you looking to have, Karen? We know what experience you don't want. It says, what are some
I don't-
goals?
I don't want to vomit.
Dude, look at that.
Well, then you
Mitch,
don't want to do
I'm-
bong rips right off the bat.
We have certainly, but this is, what are your goals? Dude, how fucking stoned are you?
Yeah.
What are my
You
goals?
set goals after you get
What the-
stoned, not when you're wanting to
Yes,
get
we're
stoned.
stoned. The
We
goal
set a
is to
lot of
sit
goals
here.
after you get stoned.
Yes.
Yeah.
The goals should be finished before we sit down to do this.
Exactly.
Get the work done
That's right.
first, then you may sit
Yeah.
down and enjoy
Pay your
yourself.
fucking bills before you start buying
Yes,
shit too.
that's goal one.
Oh,
Goal
yeah.
one.
Make sure your kids are fed.
Yeah, make sure they got fucking jackets.
Jesus, no
Jesus
shit.
fucking Christ.
Make that your goal.
That's your goal.
You just said this too. This is very important. Number 7.
Oh yeah.
Mind your set and your setting. This person was talking about it, that it's very important. Make sure you're in a comfortable space with people you feel safe with. Okay. Now, I was thinking maybe some people out there, that'd be great. Maybe with us. So maybe, you'd be comfortable hanging out in the bed and watching the show.
Oh, I thought
Like
you were
that.
gonna. I thought we were giving away a trip to Michigan. We're gonna
Oh,
go.
no.
We're gonna go hang out with you in Michigan.
Scott Wilson is paying for a nude marijuana fest. All the chicken you can eat. Sometimes people
Ladies get in free.
ladies always in free. Every night is ladies' night. Some people have adverse reactions to intoxicating substances can be triggered by happenings outside their own bodies. More for hey, you know what? This can be that way.
You know,
it can be pretty psychoactive.
And the best place to have edibles at is a fucking baseball game.
yeah,
Oh, it's just peaceful. Everybody's chill.
it is very open
Everything's all colorful and bright. It's just nice.
and it's outside and
Outside,
open.
usually sunny,
Plenty
yeah.
of like fresh air.
Plenty of awesome food to plow down while you're there.
Lots of spaces to walk. If
Oh
you
yeah,
wanna walk around.
Oh, yeah.
and
You can walk
freak
the
it
whole
out.
game. I'm usually walking half the game anyway.
Just walk
Shit.
around,
Yeah.
chill out. James, good idea.
It's a good idea.
Weed and baseball,
Yeah,
very good.
it goes together.
Number 8, this one I didn't go too far in this. Have a backup plan. So there are plenty of anecdotal remedies, that people swear by. Now, from chewing peppercorns. So I looked on this little hypertext link, and so it went to these things that this will help you if you're getting too high.
Oh, I was gonna say remedy for what?
Like if you feel like you've gone too far. You're freaking
Oh
out.
no, that's just part
The
of the trip.
chewing peppercorns and peppercorn thing. When you go to this anecdotal remedies, you know whose idea that was?
The Pilgrims or some shit. Fucking way back.
Oh my god, dude. The guy I just had it in my head. The guy that left because of Joe Rogan on Spotify. Neil Young. Neil Young says chew peppercorns to get unhigh. Yeah, if your heart is beating 1,000 miles an hour, you think it is, and you're starting to freak out, and you put peppercorns in your mouth and crunch down, yeah, that's gonna help a lot.
Yeah. Let's
Are you
add
kidding me?
fire to the situation.
Yeah, go sniff pepper, but don't inhale it too far. That take your breath away, man. That's torturing someone that's drinking lemon tea. There was tons of just dumb shit there.
Put on music that puts you at peace and fucking lay there.
The best
It'll go
one,
away.
the best one that was on there that maybe you would agree to or whatever. I guess maybe you could just start like
A jam band.
you want to come down, just put on a jam band, boo. Just like sugary drinks, candy bars.
Oh
Just
yeah.
like you feed it out of, you start to.
I mean, that's
kills
why
it.
some candy companies are in fucking business. Who just wants to eat Twizzlers?
But
Unless they want to sponsor
do you
us, then I
really
will-
want this?
Then I will.
But I also know some of that's a little bit of it's a misnomer too, because you can still be sitting there. I mean, I don't know if your heart's beating out of your chest that you need to be chewing a candy bar, but
True.
that whole
Sugar
thing.
spike ain't gonna help the other spikes.
But the main thing was here, it was like, be prepared for remedies not to work. Have a backup plan, whether that's a friend to walk you home or a clear pathway to the couch. This isn't the plan at all. That's
No,
not the plan there.
The backup plan is already have your snacks on the table.
Yes,
That's the backup plan.
true.
Yeah.
Just be ready to go.
Yeah.
But some of these, drinking lemon tea, and I don't know about
I might die, but they're not gonna find me hungry.
Number 9, the last one, because there are 9 tips. This is reflect. Karen, this is very important. You're a woman. You're into feelings. You need to reflect. Yes, too much THC may make you feel incredibly anxious and paranoid. It may lead you to believe, hey, this isn't for me. And I had down here, yeah, that's what it's like. That's what's going through your head. Hey, this isn't for me. It's more like, I can't breathe. My heart's going to explode. Are you kidding me?
I remember one time when I got so fucking smoked out, I'm sitting there and the old lady's like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Just tell me when I wake up, it's not gonna be like this." She's like, "You're okay." I'm like, "I know I'm okay, but just tell me I won't be like this when I wake up."
Yes.
Oh my god.
But usually it's not a calm, I don't think I enjoy this right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then this too, this is even worse. Check this out. This is like you should be around people who you like and who treat you nice. But also, if you're taught how to cope with the experience, if you were taught to be intentional about the consumption, you could find real valuable insights about yourself and the experience, like if you were freaking out.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that we all are prepared to look that in the face, she said matter-of-factly. You know what matter-of-factly means when somebody says that?
Not
It
necessarily.
means like without emotion and coldly and like obviously.
Oh.
So when she said that, when I heard that and she said, some people are afraid to look at this in that, like that's already kind of like bugging me out if I was on the edge. And then I don't think we're prepared in that way that our culture raises to look at our egos in the face and watch them die.
Man, when she think we're smoking ayahuasca.
Hey, dude, thanks for calming me down. Talking
Yeah.
about my ego death and I need to detach from my soul.
Just thought we were smoking
Could
ayahuasca.
you get the fuck out of here? I need a candy bar and a Coke. And this fucker's over here wanting me to go on some death journey or whatever and face my ego problems with my parents. Dude, get the fuck out. Don't smoke with this asshole.
Yeah.
Whoever that was. You
Chase him.
freaky fucking freak. So the bottom line, this is the best part. There's no right or wrong way to go about your first cannabis experience. Everyone's different. So this article's fucking worthless.
Situations are this whole thing got summed up by saying situations are situational.
Stuff is stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff is stuff. But if you relax and do a bit of research and lean into the unknown, you'll probably do just fine. Oh, yeah? Do that with something that isn't marijuana and see what happens.
Yeah, do that with some hatters.
Here's our buddy. Jackie Bryant's currently a freelance writer, okay? And she writes pointless articles that are circular arguments. I looked up a few of the sayings. God
She
bless
has
her.
like chakras and stones in it. Like
I think so.
one of those type of people.
I went to the newsletter just to tell you. I did go to the newsletter.
Their hair usually looks like that.
And I think that's a fresh day. Yeah, that's, you know what I mean. You definitely got the. It's gonna have the little. The dress with the bears on it.
Yeah.
Probably got the bag. That's the hemp bag.
The hemp bag, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. But she's
Her first 3 boyfriends all wore a drug ring.
the newsletter is defunct. It was part of, what was it? Oh, Cannabitch. It was called Cannabitch.
Can a bitch.
Like weed related stuff in San Diego. The other work, she hasn't done anything for a couple of years. But then I did go because it says, I thought it was interesting because we're on a podcast, and she was saying that she also writes a newsletter and hosts a podcast about the culture. So I thought we'd like check it out, take a look, whatever. And fucking stoner, dude. Your fucking thing isn't even there
Look at
anymore,
that up
so.
there. You have been canceled.
I think you need to reflect on doing a good podcast and getting some sponsorship, Cannabitch. We're sponsored by Wilson Farm Market.
Look at you. I like marijuana, and we got a chicken sponsor. Eat it.
So there it was. I was going to go to her podcast and we were going to check it out, but
Yep.
it doesn't exist
She's expired.
anymore. Man.
404.
So did you learn anything from that, Karen? What do you think? Did you? You've tried some things before. I mean, you're not an everyday person. You don't do
No.
that.
No.
But you've had a gummy before or something. And
Right.
Did you? And your experiences were okay, right? You didn't do too much, or
I
Or did you
think
do too
I
much?
fell into that, didn't have anything in my stomach, didn't notice it, so I took another.
oh, you ate another after you already had one
Yeah.
because you thought it wasn't working
And then
yet.
I thought I was vomiting.
Oh,
and-
no,
Oh, it was
Karen.
terrible.
Okay.
It was a bad experience. But it doesn't mean I wouldn't try again.
Try
I
it
just think I
again.
need to have a good group, like you said, of people around
Yeah.
to work with,
Yeah, and definitely
to enjoy. with.
don't eat two.
Yeah.
Because you think it's not coming.
Yeah.
Remember when we split the big cookie?
Oh, I think so.
Me and you, it was like the chocolatey chunk chip cookie
I think
that was
so.
real big.
Yeah.
And you were like trying to explain doses to me as I already ate the whole thing.
Yeah.
And you're like, I usually only eat half of one, but you could probably eat. Okay.
Too late. Already-
He was going to tell me to
God.
break it in half, eat it, see how I went. Well, like,
oh man.
it hit me like 15 minutes later. Like it was already in my system. I was already, and I went to the restroom, but I stopped on the way past the bar and talked to 2 people I knew before I went to the bar. And when I came back, they all looked at me like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I just went over and sat down. I looked at him and I go, "Did I just walk to the restroom? I felt like I just floated over here and then floated over there and then came back." And by the time I come back, I'm like holding on to the bar because I thought I was going to fall over. Yeah, it was a whole trip. I told him, I was like, "You got to sit here for like an hour. This is going to be a ride for a minute."
That's why I was like, hey, maybe you should have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying. I tried.
I was like, "What's in this?" After I'm like licking the chocolate chips off my fingers.
But I think I mean, I could pick you up. Like if you pass, I could move
Oh,
you
yeah, you can
somewhere. If
carry
there's
me.
something happened, I
Oh,
could
yeah.
move you somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about that. Same with you. If something happened, I think I could pick you up and put you
No,
somewhere.
alcohol kills my legs. Weed's all right.
Yes.
It helps my knees
Yes.
feel better, actually. So that's a little bit.
But I will say I haven't had many. I've had a few of the normal like edibles from other states,
Yeah.
but then sometimes like the homemade ones, like just be
Oh, yeah.
really careful.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, there were some cookies around here
Yeah.
that were absolutely
Yeah.
killers, man. And it's true. Once you take that stuff, it's going through there slow, and there's nothing you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found the brownies and muffins and things that are like cake related. Because like the banana bread I tried when I was in California, that stuff sits with you for like half a day. And if I feel like if you smoke, it's like it reactivates it everywhere.
Oh, good lord. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So stay away from. Well, don't stay away from it, but just when it comes to that kind of stuff, that's like baked goods and stuff like that, you really got to watch those.
Baby steps.
Yeah.
Always baby steps, because being like, and if you've been there or had it, or you've done it once and that happened to you,
Yeah.
you're panicked and you're starting to.
When you're having them in
know.
regular candies that have come from a dispensary or a shop of some sort, they're more of a concentrate, so they know exactly how much is kind of in it based on a pretty.
Yes,
good scale.
it's now a little.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're not guessing. But if it's from somebody's house or something,
Yeah.
you don't know.
Yeah.
Be very careful. And also, if you're one of those people, I had a person once who he's like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I'm like, slow down. I'm like, do you realize that if you couldn't breathe, you wouldn't be able to say the phrase, I can't breathe? If you literally couldn't get oxygen in and out of your
Yeah.
body, you can't speak anymore. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I was like, oh. Got him all calmed down. Okay. And this was a cousin. I'll leave out all the names. The parents or something were gone. This guy like smoked once or twice and wanted to give it a try. Did it there. Stoned out of his head. Now he's finally calmed down. Okay. Everything is cool. And then the phone rings. And he's up in the house, and I'm outside by like this pool. And I'm like, don't answer that. He's like, what? I'm like, it could be my parents. I'm like, again, don't answer the phone. Well, what if they call and I'm not here? I'm like, they're 3 states away. What, they got to call the cops? You're stoned. Don't talk to them. Okay. And I go inside to use the bathroom, and the motherfucker picked that phone up. Picked that fucking phone up. And then he was like, I think they know. I'm like, God damn it. I had you all calm down. They're 3 states from here. You could have just been like, I was asleep. Oh, yeah. I guess I could have.
I'm just super tired.
Damn it. And he was all amped up again. Had to talk him
Look
back
at my
down.
mom. She just thought my allergies were real strong for a long time.
Bob, help me.
I already took a Zyrtec. I'm good.
Yes, Mom. But don't take those, Mom. Okay, yeah, and again, and never, last one, don't give people ones that don't want them, man.
Oh yeah, and yeah.
Okay, yeah, serious, because like we said, older people, it raises your blood pressure, man. You can, so yeah, don't be sneaking somebody some fucking candy.
And I always ask
Usually
people's
people don't,
knowledge
but-
on something.
Yeah, and tell them the
beforehand,
truth, what
yeah.
this is. It's not goofing around. Yeah, don't dose
can't.
somebody or something, man. That is not acceptable.
Not a good idea.
And also, just on the side, we'll talk about it later this week. Don't be doing stuff for your pets. Okay, don't be blowing smoke in your pet's face, man.
Nah,
That's
that's
not
cool.
good. It's not good. It's not good. James, it's not good.
Tell my cat that.
James,
She knows where the drawer is.
yeah,
She knows.
he's rolling it. Well, hey, it's been a lot of fun. This is just Weed Week. This is just Monday. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Join us
Good deal.
Wednesday. We'll talk more. We'll have some more stories about the weed lifestyle for the big fun. I'm not like big into like the 420 day or anything.
Are
I just thought-
there weed sex toys?
Well, I'm working
I mean,
on.
I want to know.
I'm
so
working
I
on
can be
moving it
ready.
around, and since Wednesday is sometimes the sex toy day, maybe we can work some weed sexy stories in. If I can find some.
A bong with balls.
Well, there we go. See, there's the right. This is good. Some sort of vibrator that's in the shape of a pot leaf, or Sonic the butt hog or whatever. I mean, I don't know whatever you're doing. I don't know what it is. Anyway, I shouldn't speculate. Who knows what's out there? You know what I mean? We got time to look for it. So again, thank you for tuning in to the GGHOP, the Guaranteed Genuine Honest Goodness 1 Hour podcast, all sponsored by Wilson Farm Market. They love it in Arcadia. Fried chicken, all sorts of stuff, whether you're inebriated or not. For Karen and James. And also the Frankfurt Beer Works.
Frankfurt Beer Works.
Bill Gant signing off till Hump Day Wednesday when we see you again, to remind you to treat other people how you want to be treated. Lighten the hell up and go make somebody laugh today.